Yeah. Well, speaking of finisher slash signature moves, he gets you into a one-legged Boston Crab, and he's got it wrenched back pretty hard. It looks pretty rough. And the ref's asking if you're going to tap, and you get your hand up real high. It looks like you're going to do it, but then you just slam it back down like no, and you try to get the fence break. And he pulls you back in, and we get another repeat of that, and then another one where you're just... You mentioned this, and I agree with you, and I genuinely was kind of watching like, oh, are you going to tap? Is he going to tap? Is your career over? And you haven't tapped yet, and you just keep going. And it was... Again, this is where that psychology actually kind of came in, where I was actually invested. I usually can't say that on this fucking podcast.
I think where I got that from is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Triple H. I thought that he was the master when it came to almost tapping out and making it look like he's going to tap out, but then he gets up and reverses it. He used to do it all the time to Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho back in the day when I used to watch wrestling on TV.
That checks out for me. I recall that.
So did you actually watch wrestling at that point, Frank?
Yeah, so I watched from the Attitude Era. So think about... So I was born in 93. I was watching wrestling about as far back as I can remember. My mom said even when I was younger. So I was watching from 96. I don't remember much of that other than when I went back and rewatched it more recently, to about 2004, 2005, somewhere in that realm. I remember Triple H's reign of terror with the World Heavyweight title on Raw, and I remember Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero winning the titles at Mania 20, and I don't remember much after that other than what I heard, like the big stuff like Benoit, dying and all that shit. So I absolutely was watching around then. I think I had to have been because I remember that shit. The finish of the match here sees him get you in this, infinitely long one-legged Boston Crab, and then you get this neat little, you kind of crawl out under him and then roll him up, and it's a surprise win. You end up winning not only the title, but also the right to shave his head. And
oh yeah, sweet revenge. Sweet revenge.
Sweet revenge. I bet it tasted great, unless it was too hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, the funny thing is that, Nicky tried to get out of it without losing his hair, but he met an old ally of him at the entrance stage. My wife showed up, Miniac.
Mm-hmm. And she ain't letting him get away without this haircut because, as you can see in the video, she got her haircut. So it's got to be eye for an eye or a hair for a hair, I guess.